This episode is brought to you by Heyday. Feeling stressed? Take a moment for yourself with Heyday. Stroll through rows of golden wheat, tend to cute barnyard animals, and discover the joys of a digital farm retreat. You don't have to hop in a car or catch a plane. Escape to the farm at the tap of a finger. With Heyday, you're not just tending to a farm, you're tending to yourself. Heyday. Search Heyday, that's Hay space DAY, in your favorite app store. Heyday is a free-to-play mobile game and offers optional in-app purchases and random rewards.
Hilton brings you new ways to stay, with experiences that let you capture the glory days. Introducing the Graduate Hotels. Each inspired by local college towns, these stays are always original and never boring. Get in touch with traditions all across the country and enjoy a stay that's a class above the rest. Book at Graduate Hotels with Hilton Honors Points at Hilton.com. It's a win-win. Hilton, for the stay.
Hello.
Hello there.
Hey, how are you, my friend?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Where are you located in the world?
I'm in Oslo, Norway.
Yeah. A lot of people from over there. It's a nice metal town.
Yeah, absolutely. And now this weekend and every Easter actually, it's a metal festival there called Inferno. So now there's a lot of metalheads in the town.
Oh, is that this weekend?
Yeah, it starts on Wednesday, I think.
Yeah, that's a pretty big one.
Yeah, it's actually big by reputation and band wise, but actually the venue is rather small.
Is it really? I was picturing like a big arena or a bunch of.
It's in a place called Rockefeller. Its capacity is about 1,500 or so, and it's the big stage, and the small stage is about 400, 500. So it's not that big, but the name has spread. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question that has nothing to do with the new release or what we're.
Yeah.
But coming from a historically almost like metal mecca, do you find any sort of intimidation or extra pressure on standing out in? Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. No, because we don't let it bother us. But when we do something new, something like this band, and we dive into a genre and a style that we don't necessarily that we haven't played before. None of us have been in a death metal band before, but we've been in punk bands, and the drummer has and still are in black metal bands, and we played thrash metal. But this time we decided that we want to go down the death metal road, so to speak,
right.
And but still we do it our way, and we don't we're not influenced by bands from Oslo, so it's not intimidating. It would be more intimidating, I guess, if we were trying to start a black metal band. Then, if that were the case, I guess we would have going back to the 90s and do it the authentic way.
Interesting. All right. So let's talk about the some of your songs then. Epicurean Paradox and Unparalleled Suffering. They sort of. Let me step back for 1 second. I think music historically has had a way of shining a mirror back on society, right? So sort of like the 60s did it, the 70s did it, probably in the 90s and, here and there. But I think you guys are kind of doing that here as well, right? There's a lot of societal commentary here, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And in the death metal world, we kind of stand out because I think we're more punk rock, and these are punk rock times. So, so lyric-wise, there's a lot of skepticism and criticism towards. It's religion, it's politics, it's
everything right now.
Animal welfare, and I write the lyrics, so it's my point of view. But I guess that's not very common in death metal bands to go that political. Were some bands doing it in the 90s, and I think they were labeled live metal by certain people here in Oslo. But still, I don't care about that. Just I think the sound and the sound, as you probably know, is very influenced by the Stockholm sound, the Swedish death metal sound. So, but music-wise, it's not a big step. It's not a big leap from what I've been doing in earlier bands like Blood Tsunami. It's just tuned down, and with the HM2 pedal. And lyric-wise, it's much more personal lyrics from me this time around than I did some personal lyrics on the last Blood Tsunami album, I guess, but that's like suddenly that's 6-7 years ago. So
do you worry that you put too much of yourself in your lyrics?
No, I think that's actually a decision I made that to make it more interesting for myself to both release the music and perform the music and talk about the music. I need to have some substance in the lyrics and something I stand for, and things that are important to me. And I'm very well aware that many people out there will get upset or even angry at me for that, but still I'm 100% honest in my lyrics, and I stand for this, and I can back it up.
Right.
So
it's a strange culture we live in where you can't have an opinion without being attacked, right? I mean,
yeah.
I don't know if it's the keyboard in front of everybody that's given them the ability to do that or the balls to do it, but it's very strange that you can't just be you, and people could just say, I just choose not to listen to it, but instead they want to.
And as you mentioned, as long as they get the keyboard in front of them, it's very easy to attack someone.
USAA knows dynamic duos can save the day, like superheroes and sidekicks, or auto and home insurance. With USAA, you can bundle your auto and home and save up to 10%. Visit USAA.com/bundle.
Bundle savings are off total premium, not available in all states or in all situations. To qualify, auto policy must be active prior to property policy issue, subject to change. Restrictions apply. Membership eligibility and product restrictions apply and are subject to change. USAA means United Services Automobile Association and its affiliates, San Antonio, Texas.
But that doesn't bother me. But of course, if it gets to confrontations, physical confrontations, that's much more serious. So hopefully it won't end up there. But but I can always have an argument and a discussion and verbally.
I think everyone should be able to have a discussion.
Yeah.
We don't have to agree, and I don't have to try and change your mind. Right? You can believe what you want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I totally agree. That's a good point of view.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to get political on that. We just kind of got there, but
yeah.
Did you really record this record in 16-hour session?
Yeah, it was during one weekend. So the combined time it wasn't 16 hours.
That's a real DIY punk thing to do, anyway, right?
Yeah. I don't know how to spread the hours. I guess it was like 10 hours on Saturday and 6 hours on Sunday, or something like that. Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't get any more DIY punk than that.
No. So, but that was part of the idea, was to do it quickly and not think too much about small mistakes and don't polish it too much. So. But of course, when we listen to it now, if we'd spent 1 or 2 hours more, we could have adjusted things. But and still,
I imagine that's always the thing, though, right?
Yeah, it's always like that.
Did you do it all in like live in a room, or was it all over?
No, it's we did it first with one guitar and drums, and then we took the layers after that. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So when you're writing, then, are you writing in the traditional sense, like all in the same room, bouncing ideas off each other, or more electronic?
No, actually, it's like what I'm used to is sort of making the music at home, but and show it to the other band members at band rehearsal. But this time it's more collaborative. The other guys come with ideas and riffs, and we discuss the arrangements, and so everybody's involved in the music, even though most of the riffs are mine. And the lyrics are mine as well. But it's a collaboration. Yeah, it is.
Do you write with like the stage in mind? Hey, this will be a good place for a breakdown or a pit or whatever, or do you just write and then it comes across on stage? However,
yes and no. uh, I can have a more or less finished song structure, and then after we played it for a while, it's suddenly like, it needs something more, or it can do without, and we kind of like adjust. But I'm very, very fan of sections and riffs that kind of like capture the audience and the listener to start headbanging or whatever. So,
right.
so that's sometimes it can be, deliberate. I thought, attack on the listener, but very often the riffs just when the riffs are flowing, it just I don't know where it comes from. It just comes.
It just happens.
Yeah, it's strange, isn't
it? Do you think about varying the songs from like record to record or release to release? Because you don't want to write the same song over and over again, but you don't also want to.
Yeah, no.
Your Galgeberg fans.
Now I gotta think more back to previous bands, because this is, as you know, the debut for Galgeberg. But I don't think too much about that. I just write music, or I don't write it. I pick up my guitar and start playing, and then music comes. And but I can of course be focused on, I want to create metal, or I want to create rock and roll or whatever. So it's not I'm not totally helpless and just going with I can't decide what kind of music I want to create, and I do that. But I don't think I want to necessarily make too much different kind of music. I want it to be recognizable, that this is
your wheelhouse.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's not my goal to to reinvent the wheel every time I make a new song,
Right.
Yeah, I like to make music that I would like to listen to another band play. If another band has this song, I would like that band, if you know what I mean.
Right. That's a good criteria, a good barometer.
Yeah.
If you like it and you go see it, then why not? What's the plan to take Galgeberg on the road?
Yeah, we started this band just to have fun. So when we in the previous bands, we tried to tour and play live as much as possible, and eventually it kind of took the fun out of everything.
And it's difficult.
So for my part, I just stopped playing music altogether for like 5 years. The drummer Faust, he's been busy all the way with after Blood Tsunami. He started playing with a band called Djevel. That's devil in Norwegian, Djevel.
Yeah.
And he's been doing that up to now recently. Unfortunately, the mastermind behind that band, he decided to end his life. So that band is no more, but they're gonna do a farewell concert with a lot of guests now in September, I think it is. So touring wise, we kind of like just we say yes to offers we would like to say yes to, but we're not out there trying to play as much live as possible. When the offers come and if it's good, we say yes, and if the time is right, So it's more or less everybody's got day jobs and everybody got wives and kids, So we're not out there doing the punk rock shows and driving around sleeping on squats and whatever anymore.
Right. I mean, and it's so difficult out there now. I talk to so many bands, it doesn't even make sense monetarily. You lose money.
Absolutely. I like to play live, but I don't like the travel and the waiting and all the other stuff.
Are there enough places to play in Oslo? I'm imagining so, right? Or is it flooded?
Yeah, it's a lot of places to play in Oslo, but we tried not to play too much here. We would like to play more outside of Oslo, actually, and but it's I don't know. We'll see what comes our way. As I said, we don't work hard to promote ourselves or get shows. We just take whatever comes, and
but I think that's when it's the most. I mean, when it's that enjoyable for you, it makes it so much more organic and real as well, right? Because you're not trying to meet a record company deadline or writing because you need something. You're writing because it's fun and you're doing it, and not because you have to.
Yeah, that's true. That's absolutely true. I'm just gonna turn on the lights here. Starting to get like that. Yeah. Eventually,
it's fun. Then it's more. I think it's more real.
Yeah.
So if fans want to find you, then where do they do so?
Want to find us? Like you mean
like all your socials or that sort of thing.
Yeah, we don't have our own website or anything, so it's just Facebook and Instagram.
It's real DIY.
Yeah, but we're out there on Bandcamp and you find the music, of course, on streaming platforms. That's the labels that I put them out there. But hopefully people will buy some physical copies as well. So
yeah. I think that's sort of making a resurgence. I talk to a lot of people who are buying vinyl.
Yeah, it's good. And with this release, we kind of like did a joint release. We have one small American label doing the US, and we have one small Norwegian label doing Europe. So kind of like took it on each side of the Atlantic, and there's not much difference with the release. There's one difference actually. It's the limited edition in the US. It's a black swirl vinyl, and it's 45. No, it's 33 and a half rounds per minute on the vinyl. And
okay, yeah.
In Europe, it's red blood splattered vinyl and 45 rounds per minute. So that's the difference.
Oh wow!
But and in the USA, it's also cassettes, MCs. And
I can't believe they're making a comeback.
No, that's strange. That's very strange. And
I have no interest in that because so many ruined, and you have to rewind them and all that bullshit. That's not for me.
No, me either. But he our guy in the States, he said that he was coming back in the States.
So 8-tracks,
some MCs, no 8-tracks now. We were doing CDs in Europe, but it's the vinyl that's interesting for me at least. Yeah, and I guess that's what's selling it too.
Nice. So we're at the end of my regular questions, and if you don't mind, I do this thing where I ask just off the wall ridiculous questions for shorts on social media. People love them.
Shoot.
So if you don't like them, we can move on. But I'm going to take this one from, I don't know if you ever watched the old show In the Actors Studio with James Lipton, but I'm going to steal his for a second because these are quite interesting.
Okay.
Ready? 10 of them, real quick. Don't think much. What's your favorite word?
Favorite word? That's difficult right now. I can't think of one word. Favorite word?
Come back. What's your least favorite word?
Moist.
I think a lot of people would agree with you on that. What turns you on?
My wife.
What turns you off?
Ah. Uh, bullies.
What is your favorite curse word?
In my language or in English?
Let's go your language. That's even better.
Fan i helvete. That means like, that's like, yeah, what the fuck?
What sound or noise do you love?
I like the sound of guitar and HM2 pedals, and yeah, guitars. That's
What
basically.
sound or noise do you hate?
Mm. My own tinnitus.
What profession other than being a musician would you like to attempt?
uh, I'm doing other stuff as well, but it's nothing that I ever imagined I'd be doing. So if I could do anything else, it would be graphic design, perhaps. Yeah, drawings. Yeah, some kind of art.
Okay. What profession would you not like to do?
That's a lot. uh, like selling tickets in a ticket booth or something like that. Boring stuff like that.
I think
Yeah.
selling anything, you got it. And last one then. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Uh, I'm an atheist, so, no, I would say he would say, oh, there you are.
Fair enough. So two more, if you don't mind. Is a hot
Yeah.
dog a sandwich?
One more time.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Uh, it's no, is it? No,
It has to be.
it has to be. Okay.
Right? I mean, the definition of a
it's
sandwich is like
it's in
something between two
two
slices of bread, right?
So it's not a, if you take out the
Oh,
meat,
so
you
you're
still
hung up on that little piece there?
yeah. Is it still a hot dog if you take away the bread?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, now
No,
you
it's
got
not.
me. Hold on. You can't get me. All right, last one. Is cereal a soup?
Cereal a soup, like a breakfast cereal. No, then anything is a soup if you pour milk into it. No, I don't think so.
Man, I couldn't disagree with you more. I'm sorry. Peter, I'm sorry we went down a rabbit hole. I just like to
No, it's fun. It's fun.
Thank you for taking the time. I do like what I've heard, and I wish you all the success in the world.
Okay, thank you. Very nice meeting you. Take
Thank
care.
you for taking the time, my friend. Be well.
Be well.
Cheers.
Cheers.